right, thanks for tuning back in for today's video. We got out on a Sunday. There was a big tournament coming up, so there was a lot of people pre-fishing. Anyway, to make a long story short, it was very busy. So we had that paired with an incoming cold front. Fishing was kind of tough. So I started out with my topwater. We're getting very close to topwater time. Didn't catch any. So if you've been watching, I switched back to my Texas rig lizard, and we absolutely caught a ton of fish. I actually had to edit out quite a few fish just to keep the video from getting too long. But stay tuned. We didn't catch any giants. We're catching numbers of decent fish, pound and a half, 2 pounders. But I'll take that I'll take that anytime. But stay tuned a little bit later in the video. I've had a couple of comments on people asking how I Texas rig or how to Texas rig. I make the mistake by assuming everybody knows, but so I'm going to show you, how I Texas rig my lizard, and I'll come back with that. So stay tuned. All right, thanks for tuning back in. We're out here on a Sunday morning, and it is extremely busy. Kind of regretting coming now. We'll figure out a few fish, but it's supposed to be fairly nice. But I'm starting out the morning with the old topwater. Well, I think I'm a little early to really have the topwater be good, but we're going to give it a shot. Or I'm going to give it a shot. He's fishing with the old reliable lizard because I know it'll work, but I'm just curious. I think I'm way too early. I mean, you might get lucky and catch one or two, but I think I'm too early for the topwater. Water needs to get another 4 or 5 degrees warmer. The old lizard. Ooh. That's a decent fish here, Zane. Feisty. First fish of the day is a nice spot, nice chunky one. So I started off with the topwater, didn't get a bite. I threw the lizard and immediately got one. So, yeah, Zane, that fish hit it like he meant it too. He just thump. So when you got a pattern that's working, you stick with it. That's my best advice. Fish are going to be hard to come by today. I know it got hammered yesterday, and today it's already really busy. There was all kinds of boats at the boat ramp, so it's going to be a busy day. Those fish can feel that pressure. He hit it. Pulled my pants down. So we're intentionally fishing areas we don't think are going to get a lot of pressure. You don't really have a choice. There's so many boats today. But if you've been following along, the old Texas rig lizard, pretty deadly. It's invisible. Got to be a fish right here somewhere. Not a bad one either. It is Mr. Largemouth, I believe.
It is.
Yep. Whoa.
We're not prejudiced.
Nice little largemouth.
We'll catch whatever.
On the old lizard. We're fishing not too far
Boy,
from
that boat is right on our point over there, isn't it?
We're fishing not too far from the boat ramp. All the boats are just blasting by us, and we're sitting here catching fish. So,
See that boat on the point?
yeah, he can have it.
Dana, I could have swore I cast to that.
Well, he was out a ways. He wasn't in there shallow.
But I'll take him.
Yeah, even that's not a bad fish.
I just felt it. He didn't hit it.
So we got a little rain this morning, just sprinkling. It's been in the 70s. It's going to be in the upper 60s today, but a couple days from now, Tuesday morning, it's supposed to be in the 20s overnight. So we got a big front coming, and I got a fish. Oh boy, this feels like a good one here. Oh wait, I lost him. Darn it, Zane. I trying to turn on my camera to get you. Mine was bigger than that. Dang it. Yeah, that's a nice one.
2 fish right there.
Win some, you lose some. I lost him. Turn on the camera to get his fish. That was the biggest fish of the day for me. Oh well.
Yeah, this is a point. It's a shallow point.
Yeah, but that.
If I say that, now I'm at 7.
So we've lost quite a few fish today. Just you know, every once in a while it happens. But now is a good time to, if you're new to fishing or you got a kid that want to teach how to fish a worm or a jig, or the lizard here is basically a worm with looks like a lizard. Now's a good time to be out here. There's a lot of fish biting. We should have, double digits
Already.
We've both, we've both lost a couple, but that's part of it. All right, first off, I use a round bend worm hook. I don't like an EWG for Texas rigs. That's just me. It's personal preference, but I've tried over the years every kind of hook. I get a lot more hookups if I use a round bend hook. One other thing I always do when I'm worm fishing a lizard, any kind of soft plastic, I don't want to harm the fish. I'm not keeping them, I'm releasing them, so I pinch down the barbs. I don't know if you can see the barb there, but I just get some pliers and I'll just crimp it on down. That way, if you do hook a fish deep, which is gonna happen, especially with these lizards, they just want to eat them. A lot of times you can unhook them if it's deep and it won't hurt them. But one thing I will say, if you get a fish that's hooked fairly deep, just cut the line, give them the hook. It'll rust out, the fish will be fine. I can't tell you how many fish I've caught with a hook in their gullet and they're fine. But anyway, I'm gonna try to do this. Hopefully the camera will pick this up correctly. I use an 1/8 ounce weight, and I just bear with me. I'm getting old and my eyes aren't very good, so weight goes on first. I use a glass bead. Glass bead goes on next. The reason for that is as you're moving it through the water, there's a clicking noise that happens. First of all, you're protecting your hook, but there's this clicking noise, click, 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 as you're moving along. I am convinced it attracts the bass. In fact, I know it does. I mean, your mileage may vary. Do what you want to do, but this is how I do it. Next, we start, you got to get your hook on there. I've actually had people ask me about my knot I tie too, and this is the knot I tie. Honestly, don't know what the name of the knot is. To me, it's just a knot, but This is the one I use. And I always, whoops. Always moisten the knot. I've heard that makes a difference. Couldn't hurt. So there's the knot. Trim off the excess, and this is what you got. You know, click, 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 as you're moving it along. Okay, start with your lizard here. Go down, you know, 1/4 of an inch maybe. So right at this point, your hook should be coming out the bottom chin of the lizard. And then you just want to pull it back a little. You want it to lay as flat as possible, but you know, when it's on the ground, the hook's gonna, you know, be coming out the bottom. But that is what you end up with. Hopefully this you can see this well on the camera here. So I would, you know, if it were me, I'd be in the creeks right now. Most of our fish are, of course, we stay in the creeks pretty much all year long. Man, Zane, look at all the boats. There are boats everywhere. Oh boy, Zane, I think this might be a kicker. Maybe not. Good fish.
Wow. Yeah, it's a better fish. Off that timber, huh?
Boy, that's a nice one.
I didn't know if you were going to set the hook or not.
Nice spot. Saying he took it and ran. You know, you want to make sure there's a fish there before you set the hook, otherwise it hurts.
Yeah, the swinging methods do hurt.
Yeah, that one hit it. Good. Just a
little nippy.
It is a little nippy. That wind's cold. I love to feel them hit a worm or the lizard. It's just fun fishing this time of year. So if you're out on a day where it's really busy, like today, we've seen, I don't know, 20 boats just blast by us. We just, you know, slowing down, throwing some of these areas that get passed up, and there'll be fish. It's a good time to be out if you need to learn how to fish. You can catch them a lot of different ways. We like throwing a worm or a lizard here. Same thing. I do believe you catch more fish this way. And we haven't caught any giants yet, but we will. We'll run into a good fish or two here.
I have to put my hood on.
Yeah, it's that. The wind is. There's a front coming. I think we're in the midst of it. It's chillier now than when we started. The wind is cold.
Water temperature is 2 degrees cooler.
It is. The further out of the creek we get, the lower the water temperature. So we had 58-degree water back in the creek, and now we're at 56. So we're about midway out of the creek, just a little bit out of the creek here, just 50 yards, and the water temperature was 56. And as we're going back in the creek here, the water temperature is rising. We're at 57.6, and we've got most of our bites in water that's a little warmer. Now we're at 57.7. It's, Zane, the further we go in here, the warmer it gets. I knew there'd be one. Ooh, it's a nice one. Yeah, it's a nice one. Right on the point.
Just hammered it.
Yeah. So we've got a little rocky point here, and that figured that's where the fish would be. Was he out a little ways? Look at it. Stick him. It's another good one.
Another good one, Dana.
Ooh, yes it is. Another nice one.
Where did my lizard go?
He flicked it off. Yeah, it's another pound and a half.
What is going on?
And he...
Did you even feel him?
Nope. Dang it. He was out a ways. He hit it.
He's still on there, isn't he?
Yes, he is.
Yeah, good one.
Decent. It's not...
Well,
Yeah, that's a decent fish. It's bigger than I thought. Yeah, with the wind coming up and the front's blowing in, I believe, so fishing's a little tougher right now.
he was what, in the, off that little cut?
Well, he was right out here, deeper. He wasn't in shallow water. I say deeper, we're only in 6 feet of water. That's the first bite I've had in a little bit. You know, Zane, he hit it like he meant business, too.
Yeah, I think you're right. If we get it in front of them, they're gonna hit it.
Zane?
Oh boy. Are you kidding me?
Oh, yeah, this is my best fish of the day.
Ah, touche.
Yeah, it's getting a little bigger. 2 in a row, 2 on 2 casts. You know, I know I've been making a lot of videos using the lizard.
Oh, Dana,
Oh,
fish. Look at him.
stick him. Boy, they're just running with it.
Oh, he came
no.
off.
It's hard to hook those that come straight at you.
And he was sprinting at me. Oh. There's a few fish in here.
Yeah, Zane, we may not be getting it in there far enough either. Hey now.
I mean, I think they're eating that bait.
Oh yeah.
Let me see that fluke. Yeah, you got a belly, don't you?
Yeah.
I got it on spotlight.
Throwing the jig and fluke now. See a lot of bait, and we're, you know, the boat ramp's right here. We're not even. I mean, really, we don't even have to start the big engine to get up there to the boat ramp. That's another nice fish. You know.
Boy, I'm catching them right in the top of the mouth.
Yeah.
Like you're supposed to.
Yeah. So anyway, as I've said, if you've been following along, and over the last, you know, quite a few years, this time of year, all the way up through the spawn, the lizard works. Especially if you have a day where things are slow, it's really busy. You got a cold front coming in, you know, slow down, drag a lizard along. The fish, it's just instinctive. They just have to eat it. Some days they will actually swallow it. They're eating it. Other days they're just, you know, they're just trying to protect their bedding area. But it's a good time to be out, take a kid fishing, teach them how to fish a worm. This is a good time to do it. But anyway, thanks for watching. Give it a thumbs up. Make sure you're subscribed. Stay tuned. I've got a lot of good stuff. I actually have a lot of footage right now I have to wade through and edit. But fishing's just now getting good. work keeps getting in the way for me going out as much as I would like, but I'm trying. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.